What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to Benny's Bullion. Thank y'all so much for all the love, subscribers, likes, comments, and all the attention on my very first YouTube video. It really means a lot to me. Today, I'm bringing y'all the British Britannia. So without further ado, knife of the evening is the Benchmade Phaeton. The wine of the evening, 19 Crimes Cabernet. If y'all enjoy wine, I highly suggest trying out 19 Crimes Cab. It's one of my go-tos, not very expensive. So let's dive right into it. Now, I've done a little bit of research for y'all on the history of the Royal Mint and Britannias themselves. If I mess anything up, please drop a comment, correct me. I'll pin it to the top so all the viewers can see the correct information on this. I am not a historian by any means. I tried to do my due diligence to bring y'all the best information and the best content. So if I mess up anything here with the history, please drop a comment and we'll address it. So right off the bat, the Royal Mint was founded in 886 AD during the reign of Alfred the Great. It started off in the Tower of London, then it was moved to the city of Wales in 1986. There were many silver and gold pieces produced, way more than I'll ever be able to know, between that time of 886, that's a very long time ago, until current date. So for this video, we're just going to stick with silver Britannias. And with that being said, the very first 1 ounce silver Britannia was produced in 1997. In 1997, it was actually 95.8% silver, also known as Britannia silver. Sometimes I think this is why, or one of the reasons why, Britannias get such a bad rep is because of that very weird silver content level back then. In 2013, they went full 999 fine silver and no longer that random number of 95.8. Now in 2012, this image of Britannia was on the very first one of those. It had a blank background, didn't have waves like this, and there were a ton of different styles of Britannias. I'm going to drop a link in the description to another YouTuber that has an amazing video out on every image on a Britannia coin per year. But for this video, we're just going to stick with this kind. So in 2012, it was this image. It was 3 nines fine silver. And that ran all the way up to 2015, where they came out with a textured background, almost stippling, kind of rough looking background where the waves are on here. In 2017, they came out with the radial lines like I talked about in my previous video. That ran up until 2021, whenever you got this background. 2021 is whenever they started the waves. A few numbers. This was a little bit hard to find mintage numbers on this, so please correct me if I'm wrong. Pre-2015, the numbers were very low on 1 ounce silver Britannias. Less than 1 million. Really about 600K and below. And then even before that, 2009, it was 100K or less. Now, post 2015, well, let me say the year 2015 made a huge jump 2.7 million 1 ounce bullion pieces were minted. From 2016 until current time of 2025, I could not find mintage numbers for those years. It just said unlimited. So that could be huge numbers of how many of these things have been minted since 2016 until now. Another number that I could not find, in 2023, you can get King Charles or you can get Queen Elizabeth. Let me look through these. These are 23s. That's a Charles. 23 Charles. 23 Charles. This one's 22. This one's 22. This one's 21. That's a 24. This one right here, which is a beautiful MS-70 from Annex, has Queen Elizabeth on it. Sick. Super, super nice piece right here. Clean slab. Very nice piece right here. Good pickup. This is also a 2023. And it has King Charles with some pretty gnarly milk spots. So Queen Elizabeth passed away in 2022, September 8th of 2022. I couldn't find any numbers on how many 2023s were minted with Queen Elizabeth on them. What research I was able to find was they started minting the 2023s in 2022. So that's why you have Queen Elizabeth on the coins stamped 2023. How many? Not sure. If anybody has that number, I would love to know how many 2023s have Queen Elizabeth on them. This is a full tube of 2025s. Speaking of tubes, I'm working on filling this tube. I like to source original tubes. I found these on eBay. You can find them at other places. But I like to fill them in the proper tube from the mint, not just a random tube. Little trick with these tubes, if you didn't know, some people will pop the corner. That's fine. You can actually rotate this cap and it picks straight up off. Has these little locking tabs on the side, and then same for putting it back on. Set it on there like that. Rotate it to the side. Now it's locked. Pretty sweet tubes. I really like these. As for the Britannia itself, such a gorgeous coin. From the edge, can you see below 2025 that there's some writing? Deuces. Take a look. I can't even read that. In the video, I'm going to drop in the description the link to. He'll break down what that says. Great security feature there. I love the gear style around the rim right here. You can see the lock privy right here that turns into a trident. Awesome. Awesome security features. Way more secure, in my opinion, than, say, an American Silver Eagle, which just has a missing reed as their security feature. Waves in the background that will roll with the lighting. Super, super cool. Just such a beautiful coin. I love the texturing on the obverse side. And for all you non-stackers out there that are just checking out this video, the obverse side is face side. The reverse, which is where you get your beautiful art on all your bullion coins, is called the reverse side. So reverse, obverse, heads, tails. This is also a super, super sick 10-ounce Britannia bar. Love stacking these. Super nice. Look at those waves in the background. Super cool logo for the Royal Mint. This is an airtight capsule. Just like I mentioned in my first video, I like to use capsules. I'm not a fan of slips. 10-ounce bars from either Royal Canadian or the Royal Mint will come in plastic. Whenever I picked this one up, there was a cut right here in the plastic. You can see so much reflection in that. That cut in the plastic caused this bar to have a little dark spot of toning right there in the cut from where air could get into the capsule. I got that out with one of my little secrets. I don't suggest to use this at all on numismatics, old school stuff, high dollar, which I don't collect any Morgans or Peace or anything like that. So I would never use that on that. But for bullion, one little tiny toning spot, this stuff right here will take care of that. Goddard's Silver Dip. Take a Q-tip, drop it in top. Take that Q-tip and just touch it to that toning spot. I don't like to dip the whole piece, but just touch it to that one toning spot and watch it do its magic. You would never be able to tell that there was any type of toning on this. Doesn't leave micro scratches. Doesn't leave any residue. You can see beautiful, beautiful bar. So if y'all have any little spots of toning around any bullion pieces or any bars and it just drives you crazy, check this stuff out. You can get it on Amazon. Q-tip, touch the toning spot, it'll take it right off. Easy peasy, just like magic. So with that being said, I hope y'all enjoyed my second YouTube video ever. I've got some awesome content coming up within the next few weeks. I believe the next video I'm going to do Royal Canadian and touch on the maple leaves. So if there's anything that y'all would like to see from me in the future, drop it in the comments. And if you want to, give me a subscription. There's going to be some awesome content coming out that you do not want to miss. So thank y'all very much for tuning into Benny's Bullion once again. I hope all you stackers have a great weekend and keep on stacking.